Right. So, hello everyone. Very good evening to all of you. Now, guys, this session is about the biodata form which you have to submit, which you have to take for the RBI Grade B interview. So, if you have read the notification, guys, they have specifically mentioned about the biodata form which they have also given in their notification, right? So now let's see how you have to fill the biodata form. What are the things you have to keep in mind, because guys, this biodata form would be the thing which the panel is going to use to ask you the interview. Okay, in that ask you the interview questions. So you have to be very careful what all the information you are going to provide in this biodata form. Okay, because any information, whatever information you are going to give in this particular form, that information would be used to ask you a particular question in the actual interview, guys. Okay, chalo. So let's start with the first thing. You have to put a good photo, a passport size color photograph, and that should be the recent photograph, okay, which you have used in your entire grade B, this written stage. Also the same photograph you should attest here also. Okay, now please remember affix are signed. Okay, it means once you attach the photo here, you have to sign across the photo like this. Okay, then you have to, the number one thing which you have to fill here is which position you have applied for. Okay, there might be multiple options you have. Got it? For example, you have applied for what? You have applied for the, tell me which position you all have applied for. Officer in grade B, general, or any specific category. So you have to fill that. Okay, is it clear everyone? Right, so you have to fill the position name, right? And let's say if there is any specific specialization they have mentioned which you have applied for, in bracket you can mention, or either you can mention like general here. Okay, officer position grade B, mention your roll number here. Okay, then medium of interview, that is also very important. Now guys, again, if you are comfortable in English, please mention English here, right? And if you feel that I'm going to use a mix of Hindi and English, go for Hindi, right? It is not compulsory that you have to give your entire interview in English language. Also there is no proof we have that the people or the student who are giving interview in English, they get good marks. So don't worry about that. Language is also, remember, it has always been the medium of communication. Okay, it does not gives you more marks if you are speaking English, and it does not give you less marks if you are speaking in Hindi. So please remove this confusion from your mind. I believe that many of the students, they are in this dilemma that, sir, should I speak in English, should I speak in Hindi, should I mix Hindi and English both, right? So don't fall in that trap. In whichever language you are comfortable, use that language. Okay, then name in full. Okay, whatever your full name is, please mention it here, right? And remember, whatever name you are writing here na, it should also be uh, the same which you have, which is written in your matriculation certificate. Okay, then we have the present postal address, permanent address, okay, and the nearest railway station. Okay, let's say if you are from whatever, let's say you are from Jaipur, so you can mention about the Jaipur railway station. Then you have to mention about what's your gender, right? Whether are you male, female, or transgender. Got it? Then mother's, father's, husband's name and occupation. It means you have to fill either. Okay, if you're filling your mother's name, that is fine. Don't fill everyone's, right? Choose only either mother name, father name, or husband's name. And occupation, what they do. Let's say if your mother is a homemaker, mention the name of your mother and mention homemaker. Okay, housewife, homemaker, whatever you want to say. Got it? Let's say your father name is XYZ, so mention XYZ and mention the occupation. Let's say he is in government service, right? Or a business, whatever, please mention it here. Then fifth one is the category. From which category you are applying? Are you applying from SC, ST, OBC, or general category, or EWS? So isko you have to tick it here. Got it? And let's say if you are from SC, ST, OBC, if you have any subcaste or any particular caste under this, you have to mention it right here. Got it? This is very important because you have to give the certificates also if you are applying for the reservation. Got it? Then if you are person with disability benchmark, you have to mention. Okay, if you are orthopedically handicapped, you have to fill here. If you are multiple disabilities, you can fill here. Got it? Or if you are having hearing impaired, mention here, or visually handicapped, so you have to mention here. So as per your certificate, you can mention this thing, right? Be very careful whatever you are marking. Then your registration number should go here. Guys, don't forget this thing, right? Don't forget this thing. You have to mention manually. Okay, You have to write it down. I've seen many students, because since it is at the end of the page, they generally skip this thing. Don't do that. Then, guys, from which minority community do you belong? If so, you have to mention, okay, either you are a Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, Sikh, Zoroastrian, or Jain, right? Then nationality, everyone is Indian, so you have to mention it like this. Then if you are if you are getting a ex-serviceman, so if you are, you have to mention yes or no here, okay? Then are you a migrant? Mention it here. Are you from the staff, RBI staff? So yes, no, you can mention it here. Date of birth, very very important. Your date of birth, whatever mentioning here, you are mentioning here, it should be matching with your class 10th certificate, okay? Then now comes the academic, guys, right? Academics. So here what you have to mention, whatever exams you have passed, right? So exams you have passed, from which college or school you have passed, you have to write the name, year of passing, which boards you were in, main subjects, okay? Number of attempt, let's say this is for if you have any kind of, let's say, back, let's say if you have passed class 10 in 2 attempts, you have to mention like that, okay? Please remember this thing. And what percentage of marks you have got, what grade was you got, now you have to mention all these things, right? So if you have, for example, class 10th, right, start with class 10, then class 12th, then you have the graduation, PG, got it? You have to mention it here, right? For schools, you can do whatever the name of the school is, year of passing, your board, either you can go with the state board or CBSC or ICSE, whatever you have, please mention it here, okay? Main subject, let's say you have opted, let's say mathematics, so you can mention maths, physics, chemistry, like this, okay? So try to write it small, okay? And let's say if you have passed in one attempt, please mention that. If you have any kind of supplementary, you can also mention that, okay? Let's say in 2 attempts I have passed, so I believe everyone should have passed in one attempt only, so please write one here, got it? Chalo. Next is, in case of grade, exact numerical equivalent to be supported by a certificate from appropriate authority. Now this is confusing. If you have any grade system, guys, okay, and what, let's say if you are if you have got 6 CGPA out of 10, how, what it is numerical equivalent, or whatever its percentage should be, you can get it corrected, or you can get it checked, the conversion rule from your colleges or school, okay, how they convert the grade into percentage, okay? Please remember this thing. If you have any kind of certificate for them, you have to get it from the authority, all right? Chalo. Next is particulars of very high academic professional qualification experience value to the bank. If you have done any kind of this experience certification, or you have, let's say, the previous experience of working in the bank, you can mention like this, right? Gross salary per month drawn from previous bank or existing employer. So if you are already working, so you can mention about your salary here. If you are not working, you can mention not applicable, right? Next is whether on the basis of A and B, candidate would desire to have advance increments in the pay scale offered. If selected, if so, how many, and the justification for the request. Now this is very important thing. You can mention about no, है if you don't want, you can mention, right? No, please write no here. Again, don't forget this thing, right? Registration number. Now, if you have won any kind of prizes, medal, scholarship, you can mention it, the details here. Let's say if you have won gold medal in the college, or you are a best performer, you can mention all these things, right, in this particular thing. Got it? Next, proficiency in sport, extracurricular. If you are a good player, if you have certain certificates, if you have got it? Is it clear? Chalo. Don't sweat here, okay? If you haven't done anything, you can mention, okay, you can mention one or two things, because see, don't leave it idle, okay? This is very important. They will see whether you have certain achievements in your life or not. See, even if you have, see again, if you, it should not be that I have won first prize in class 6th drawing competition. Don't do like that, don't put all those stuff. But yes, if you have any other achievement, let's say if you have represented the school in something, or your colleges, or you have any kind of, you can say, state level, district level thing, you can mention that, right? For example, some of the student, they have this NTSC ranking, okay, national talent search, they can mention about these things. Similarly with sports, extracurricular, guys, don't leave this thing blank. Don't do this and this. Don't keep it blank. Otherwise, it will give a very bad impression that this student, this candidate does not have any kind of extracurricular activities, which is very surprising. Okay, either he or she is very nerdy, only studious, she is not focusing on their health, right? So please write something at least, whether you are cycling, running, jogging, whatever sports you are doing, please mention it here. Then you can mention the languages, which language. Okay, let's say you're writing Hindi language, you can speak yes. Okay, you can mention about like yes here, right? You can mention yes, can read yes, can write yes. Examination passed if any. So if let's say Hindi was your class 10 subject, you can mention class 10th and class 12th like this. Okay, is it clear? Right. Similarly, if you have any other language, for example Sanskrit, some student have Sanskrit language, or French, whatever language you have, you can tell them there your proficiency. You can speak, you cannot read, you cannot write, so you can write all those things. Okay, but I believe Hindi and English everyone should write. Hindi and English, yes, 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 in everything. Got it? Chalo. Next is particulars of the present and previous employment. Now this is, guys, for the students and the candidates who have work ex. Okay, so you have to write the name. Let's say some student, they have worked at Tata Steel, so they can mention Tata Steel, Jamshedpur. Okay, what is the whatever the address is, from which period. Let's say you have worked from 2014 till 2019. What was your last designation? Okay, you can mention about, let's say you were the assistant manager, and my nature of duties were, let's say, operations. Okay, what was your per month salary drawn here, and what was the reason for leaving? Now this is very important. Why did you leave the job? So again, you can mention for, let's say, for higher studies, or some for better opportunities, or for preparing for competitive exam. Okay, you can mention like that, right? But see, again, this question will be there from in your interview, that let's say if someone has graduated from IIT, and you were doing some job, really good job at, let's say, some IT company, and you were getting, let's say, 2 lakh rupees a month. Now you are leaving it for RBI grade B. So one question would they will definitely ask is why. Okay, आई थिंक इंटरव्यू डेट्स आपको नेक्स्ट वीक पता चल जाएंगी, है ना, कब से स्टार्ट होने वाला है. आई बिलीव फ्रॉम फेब्रुवरी ऑनवर्ड्स दे आर गोइंग टू टेक द स्टार्ट द इंटरव्यू, आई बिलीव. बट ये जनवरी लास्ट भी हो सकता है. ओके, चलो, बट आई बिलीव फेब से होना चाहिए, राइट? सो ये देखो, ये पॉइंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ना, इसका ध्यान रखिएगा, इस पे आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. व्हाट वाज द रीजन फॉर लीविंग योर प्रीवियस जॉब? Okay, but see, again, don't lie here. What was the specific reason? Do mention it. Clear? Chalo. And let's say if you have worked in more than one or two organization, you can write the detail like this. So start from the previous one, then come to the latest one, or you can also start from the latest organization, okay, and then write about your previous organization. Got it? So you have to fill all these details here. Okay. Next, they have asked about your number of attempts you have given for the RBI grade B. Okay, so you have to mention, let's say you have given 2 attempts, right? So you can mention 2, and in bracket you can mention about, let's say, I given in 2018 and 2019. Which position? You can mention about the grade B officer. Okay, general. What was the date of the examination? You can mention like 2018 exam date was this, 2019 exam date was this. Okay, previous one. And guys, please don't forget this registration number on every page. All right, and guys, those who are watching the session, quickly like the session, everyone. Right? Acha, one more thing you have to add, whether you are called for the interview previous time or not. Okay, and what was the final result? You have to mention if you have given the interview and if you didn't qualify. So you have to mention yes, called for the interview, final result. You can write here or below, not qualified or qualified. See, if you are qualified, you are not sitting here. Right? You can mention like that. Right? See, it would be better. It would be better. Just give me a minute. It would be better if you write like this. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, so you can mention yes, qualified, and here Final result you can mention not qualified, right? Or yes called, not qualified, yes called for the interview. Okay, the first part. Okay, then next is, have you ever been debarred or disqualified in any public service commission? So no. Got it? And are you free from debt? I believe everyone would be free from debt, है ना? I don't think anyone is under debt. If you are, you can mention no, yes, okay, and you can mention the details here, right? Chalo. Next is additional particulars which the candidate may like to furnish. For example, see again, if you have done something good, or let's say if some FIRs are pending, so you can mention about all these things, right? But I believe here you should mention about, let's say, some achievements or some other thing you can mention here in detail. Okay, don't hide anything. Okay, if you have done something good, please mention it. If some legal actions are going against you, do mention it also. Okay, chalo. Next is the last one, particulars of copies of certificates. So you have to mention about your class 10th, guys, right? Class 10th, class 12th, graduation, PG. Okay, then you have your work experience certificates, salary slips, everything you have to mention like that. Okay, and then at the end you have to mention that, okay, whatever information I have given above, it is true to the best of my knowledge, and you have to do your signature here, mention your place, date. Okay, is it clear? So this was all about the form filling. Now guys, for RBI grade B, we have started the personalized interview batch. Okay, and N Gopal sir and V Rangarao sir both were the ex general manager from RBI, a combined experience of more than 70 years. They're going to give you, they're going to guide you for your RBI grade B exam. Okay, for your interview. So in this, you are going to get a one-on-one mock interview with these panelists. They are going to give you detailed feedback for your performance. What are the good areas? What are the areas which you have to improve? There would be live classes for current affairs, banking knowledge, okay, HR based, situation based questions, right? Everything we are going to, and I'm going to take the all those live sessions, right? And these panelists are going to, guys, take your interview one-on-one mocks, and this is a very important thing. I believe everyone should join this batch. And guys, whenever you join the batch, use the code YASH, YASH. You would get maximum discount. All right, YASH. So guys, interview is the last stage. Don't take it lightly. Give your 200% and give your best. Also guys, the most important aspect of interview is what? To speak. Till now we all have prepared for the written exam. Our mindset is working like written exam. Read the things, pick the keywords, solve the MCQ like that. But for interview, you have to speak all those things. If you haven't read about banking knowledge, you don't know about anything about how the banks operate, you have to read, you have to speak all those things. What is NPA, है what are the things we have to resolve the NPAs, all these things we are going to guide you in this particular interview batch. So I would request everyone to quickly join it and use this code YASH, YASH, to get maximum discount available. So I'll be seeing you in the course itself, guys. Till then, have a great day. Jai Hind.